I'm Noel the Screenwriter. I am going to give you the secret sauce, the little saffron threads of information that screenwriters know to decide between the good films and the bad ones. And we're going to do it all within the first 10 minutes. Let's go. Hi and welcome back. Today we are going to watch the first 10 minutes of Armageddon. This movie is classic 90s film. There's Con Air, there's The Rock. Anything with Nicolas Cage is a pretty good indication. It's a great 90s movie. And what I like about 90s movies is there's just tons of action, tons of explosion. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, like we're all agreeing to go on this ride, and like, you know, a couple of like little, not quite jump the shark, kind of like jump the minnow moments, you know, or jump the dolphin moments, not quite a full shark, that we're all kind of like in on the joke. So 90s movies are definitely close to my heart, and today we're going to watch the first 10 minutes of Armageddon, and I'm going to point out some of the great things that the screenwriter does to get you really on that bus, ready to watch the rest of this film. So let's press play.
This is the Earth at a time when the dinosaurs roamed a lush and fertile planet.
So this is like a once upon a time, but they're already showing you the asteroid, meteor, whatever you want to call it.
Just 6 miles wide changed all that.
Michael Bay, love good Michael Bay film. So this is great. It's already started with an explosion.
10,000 nuclear weapons.
So this is showing you what's at stake.
Tons of dirt and rock hurtled into the atmosphere, creating a suffocating blanket of dust the sun was powerless to penetrate for 1,000 years.
This is a great way to visually show what's at stake with the movie, because obviously it's going to be an asteroid headed towards the Earth, and what happens if it hits?
It happened before. It will happen again.
And Jerry Bruckheimer
It's
also.
just a question of when.
I kind of like that title, coming out of the sun. I can never spell Armageddon. It's like 2 G's. Look at it. The title thing explodes. This is very 90s. Oh, Face Off. Face Off is another. So this I love. 65 million years later. So if you're gonna flash forward and do it 65 million years, that's awesome.
I'm gonna try again.
We're in space. This is tone. This is giving us the whole movie in the first taste.
Atlantis, I'm almost there.
Houston?
Astronauts.
He's looking real strong.
Okay,
Difficult
Pete,
task.
we got that coupling on the board here now.
We'll give you the go-ahead from down here when it's in alignment.
This is exactly what the movie is.
Good.
It's people in space having to do a difficult task under pressure while you have Houston over there.
Hey, Pete, it's Truman.
Billy Bob
How you
Thornton.
doing up there, Hoss?
Pretty good.
Now listen, Pete, we got an eye on your meds here. I give you a buffalo nickel if you'll calm down just a little bit. Can you do that for me?
Whatever you say.
Okay, now we got plenty of time, buddy, so don't you worry.
I'm already into the action.
My lord.
Yeah, if that Hunter's helmet exploded, I don't know if he'd be screaming. Already another gigantic explosion. We're like 2 minutes into this.
Stuart, play that tape back.
Medic seaboard.
This could be a surprise missile attack.
I love just, there's so much action going on. It's just like, we're getting to it. It's an action movie, we want to see action. I can't tell you how many action movies
Okay, I want 3 groups.
don't have action.
1, internal malfunction. Hit the log tape, start working back. Maybe it's a glitch. 2, I want NORAD, Space Command, and the 50th.
So we're already establishing his character is, there's William Fincher, who is in Hypnotic. Which I have to get back to watch.
And everything, all right? Now, Big Ross, I want you to get on the telephone, wake up 11,000
That was a
people.
should watch.
Walt, get them going. Let's go.
So we had all this action, and now we're gonna take it down for an upbeat. But there's still conflict in this scene.
Stouffer's pot pie's been on the table almost 10 hours.
So we haven't talked about conflict too much in my videos, but every scene in your screenplay needs to have conflict. What does that mean? Does that mean a fight? Does that mean something giantly exploding? No. It just means that there is at least two characters, you know, preferably two characters who are on opposite sides of an issue. It could be, I want the window open and I want the window closed, but the stakes need to be super high for that. So we've gone from just like a dinosaur planet killing asteroid to this really quiet scene in space, and is he gonna do the thing, to giant meteors again destroying the whole thing and everyone panicking, and then NORAD and is a mass panic, and then we're gonna take it down a little bit, but we're gonna stay with a conflict. But this conflict is not world, military, all that. This is a husband and wife having an argument about dinner. And this movie is great for that, because we're gonna go from conflict to conflict to conflict to conflict. Okay, so let's keep watching.
I want a divorce.
Daddy, I'm onto something big here. I don't know what this is, but
Barely
it looks
5
like
minutes
something's
in.
burning up there. Go get my phone book, will you?
This script was actually rewritten. I've read an earlier version of this script, which it was a lot quieter. It didn't have all this.
It might just be pieces of the shuttle breaking up.
Another great actor.
It might be Santa Claus. Until we get definitive, reliable, alternative confirmation, General.
So we're gonna especially like who all is in this movie, right? So we were like, we have the NASA people, we have the military people, we have like, you know, just ordinary people like on a smaller level, and now we're gonna go in a city. We're gonna see some other characters.
Little Richard, me and you, man, we going to the top, baby. Big time.
Who doesn't love a dog? So this is what's called Save the Cat. Whenever you save a cat, save a dog, are you kind to that? Breaks my heart to see the Twin Towers there. That's sad.
Where you going?
Yeah, I guess I should do a little warning. So if anyone is sensitive about 9/11, maybe skip the rest of this video, especially the next couple of minutes of this video. Yeah, so a little trigger warning on that.
The shuttle Atlantis exploded in space at 3:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. NASA officials have...
So again, two things at once. We hear people's reaction on the TV while this action is going on, kind of unrelated. At the time the Godzilla movie was coming out, I think this was an inside joke. But it's like there's action, there's not like more conflict, right?
Christian, I be throwing your fat pineapple eating ass through the window.
Cars smashing.
Well, you know why? Because this is New York City. Anything could have happened.
Just seeing how this affects, like, you know, people on a personal level. If we stayed up with the military, we wouldn't feel the impact. We go, well, how would I feel if I was that guy with my dog? How would I feel if I was the vendor? How would I feel if I was, you know, these people trying to get to work or whatever? Like, what's at stake for me personally? So I think they do a really good job of emotionally hooking you into on a personal level. They're not staying on the newscaster.
My screen's full. They're all over the place. Bogies are breaching the atmosphere from Finland down.
So exciting. Watch it on as big a screen as possible. As far as I know, this is all practical effects. Someone can correct me in the comments here. But, I mean, all the things with the cars and the exploding, I'm pretty sure it's all practical effects. Maybe like a little add-on. Oh, Independence Day, that's another good 90s film that you should watch. Us. We care. It's happening to us. It's happening to this dog and this man who's going to protect his dog. We care. Care about this cab driver, right? He's helping. I will say I'm editing out some of the things because of 9/11, and you know, if you're sensitive to that, then maybe skip the first part of this movie. But definitely see the rest of it, because from this point,
It's a meteor shower. That's what took out the shuttle.
you don't have any of the New York
I've
City
got the president on Air Force One demanding
carnage.
answers. Is it over?
General, we've got 11,000 people.
So now we're back to Carl.
12:39.
He discovered it.
FBI locked his location.
Saw an explosion in space.
Okay. Now listen, Carl, this is top secret.
Sir, I'm retired Navy. I know all about classified. But one more thing. The person that finds her gets the namer, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I want to name her Dottie after my wife. She's a vicious, life-sucking...
We're moving to home.
Michael Bay right there, I think, right? Or is that Jerry Bruckheimer?
What is this thing?
It's an asteroid, sir.
How big are we talking?
Sir, our best estimate is 97.6.
Okay, that is the first 10 minutes of Armageddon, and I can barely pause it. I keep, as you saw, I like paused it and kept playing because it's like, oh my gosh, you want to just keep watching. We see so many great screenwriting techniques here. We see each scene leading into another quickly. We have that intro to let you know how cataclysmic this asteroid is going to be. So if we would have started here, right, where we see all these little asteroids or something, we would have been like, wow, yeah, asteroids can be really damaging, like that's really bad. But because they started with that cataclysmic, you know, dinosaur ending opening, we realize how serious this is. So now they don't even need to tell us, like, you know, the president needs to know, and we're gonna find out how worried these scientists are. So these are the people who shouldn't be worried, and they're worried, so now we're gonna be worried. So I have so much emotional connection here. I have emotional connection. I felt like that cab driver. I felt like that woman who wanted to go shopping. I felt like the guy with the dog. You know, I don't wanna die. I'm on planet Earth, so this affects me. Also, Billy Bob Thornton's character here is like the head of NASA, and he is well respected, and everyone's listening to him, and he's in control. So it's like he's a good character because we know he's somebody who does his job well. He's on top of it. He cared about that other astronaut in the very beginning, just that little scene. So as a screenwriter, if you're writing these quick little scenes in action movies, don't take us out of the action and show Billy Bob Thornton sitting at home, grabbing a cup of coffee, reading the newspaper. It's an action movie. Show him in action. Is he cool under pressure when everyone else is flailing? Or is he, you know, flailing under pressure? Like, does he have some, you know, feeling? Is it like hitting a nerve with him, like that this particular problem? And it's like, that's what the movie. So it turns out that Billy Bob Thornton isn't really the main character. We learn later that it's Bruce Willis. I think in the next scene, Bruce Willis, all the oil rig guys are introduced, and Ben Affleck, and just a crazy, you know, thing. But if you keep watching, which please, you should watch Armageddon, you'll notice that they introduce each character. They give each one like a little reaction, and it is still action. It's nonstop action. But we do have these little down moments so that we're not at like this height of suspense the whole time, that we have a moment to digest and then go back up. But there's always conflict. So if you go to write your action film, make sure you keep the conflict, and really any script, make sure you keep the conflict. Well, thanks so much everybody for joining me again today as we press play on Armageddon for the first 10 minutes to decide if we wanted to keep watching. And we're gonna vote that you should watch Armageddon. We'll see you next time. Bye.